Hi everyone, hope all is well. So today I'd like to give you a guide through of our safex pay dashboard and how you can get started with links and your payment system. So once you get the login details from on email from us, you can go to the URL mentioned and enter your login details. So your user ID and password which will be provided to you. So once you enter these details, you can go to login and we offer two-factor authorized login system. So you will get an OTP on the mail and SMS whenever you log in. These will be sent to the registered credentials that you've submitted. So your registered email ID and mobile number. So once you're in, so this is our complete system. Here are all the features that you can use. So firstly, we can start off with user access management. Here you can add multiple users to how many ever users you like to use the system. So this would be as follows. So you'd go to add user, enter the details of your user. So the name, email ID, mobile number, and whatever role you'd like to give them. These are predefined roles that we've given you, but you can go to manage role and add whatever role you'd like. So you can enter the details, and once you send it, you can send it for authorization. Once that's done, you can go here and you can check the pending authorization list. Here you will find the user that you've sent for authorization. Here then you go to view and you can authorize here itself. You'll get an authorize button. Once you click that, the customer will then the the user will then get the details on their email, all the credentials. So this will be a user access management. Here is then our transaction MIS. Transaction MIS is where you can have a full view of whatever transactions have been done. So once you'll initiate a payment link, here you'll get a live view of that payment link, the amount, and what is the status. So if they've done the transaction, it will be successful. If it's failed for whatever reason, either they've not entered their details correctly or OTP is not correct, here you would find it as failed. So here you can track all your transactions and keep a view on them. Then next would be your report. So for reports, you can generate reports for however long of transaction you would like. So when you can go to duration and you can choose either for when you'd like a report. So if you'd like for the previous 7 days, you go to search and here's your previous 7 days transactions. You click on download report and when you go here to reports, you'll get a view of the report that you've made. So this report would be giving you a full view of all the transactions that you've selected on Excel, whatever transactions are successful, whichever have failed from the transaction MIS. So you can keep this for your internal reports. It takes about half a minute to process, depending on how long of a date you've chosen as the duration of the MIS. So here then you can download this report. Go here and download the report. Then next would be your payment links. This is where you would create your payment links. So here there's you would go to create media based payment link. So we offer two options where you can create one link where you would like to send only one link to one customer, or we offer bulk creation. So in one link, you would enter the customer details. So the first name, last name, order ID, and order reference number is for your internal systems and records. If you'd like to keep that, you can. Otherwise, it is not necessary. The next would be the product. This is also for your internal, whatever you'd like to set as the product. So if you're providing them with some sort of product, a car, a system, whatever you'd like to enter as a product, then the country and AED would be same. And then would be your media. So this is the modes that you'd like to send the link through. So you can either send it through email ID, whatever email ID the customer provides, you can enter that and send it. With SMS, you can send it to the customer's mobile. Email and SMS would be both modes. And QR code would be where they will receive a QR code on their email which they can scan and make the payment. So once you select that, you enter the details of whatever mode you selected, would be email address, mobile number, and then the expiry date, however long you like to keep the link active for. So if you are expecting a payment within 7 8 days, you can then put a date of ahead of 7 8 days, and it will not expire. Then here would be your amount. This whatever amount you like to collect from the customer, you can set that. Would be 1 dirham, 10 dirhams, 100 dirhams, whatever amount you like to collect, you can set that, and you can send the invoice. So once that's done, you can go back to the transaction MIS and have a view of the transaction. If it's still, if it's pending, if the customer has done it, it would be successful. If it's failed, you can have a view on transaction MIS. Same thing for bulk creation. We provide you a sample of an Excel sheet where you enter all the customers' details who you'd like to send links to. So once you enter that, you can upload it back to our system, and it will send it will send to all the customers whichever details you've entered into the Excel all at once. So this would be your payment links. Then you'd go to e-invoicing. So e-invoicing is where you can create an invoice, create an invoice from any of the templates that we provided, and you can put your company name, your VAT number for tax purposes, whatever information you'd like to present about yourself on here, you can enter that, and then you can enter your logo. You can put in your invoice number, order number if you'd like. These are not necessary. If you like it for your internal system, you can enter that. And then would be your customer name, whatever customer you're sending it to, their mobile number and customer address, so wherever they're located for the invoice. Then here would be your a product, and so you can enter the product, whatever you're creating the invoice for. You can enter the price of one of those products, then how many quantity you're selling them, and the VAT. So it would be the price of 10 dirhams, and you're providing two, and that would be 5% VAT. So here it will do the calculation for you depending on the details that you provided. So if it's for 10, it'll do all the calculation, provide the total amount. When you enter the 5% VAT, or whatever amount of VAT you're charging, the VAT will be shown separate, and it will show you the total amount. And you can add multiple of these, as many as you like. So next would be your note and terms and conditions. If you'd like to present the customer with some extra notes and conditions depending on whatever the invoice is about, you can enter that as well. So next would be your email attachment name. So when the email is sent to the customer, you can enter the email attachment name. So whatever the attachment will be sent as, you can enter that. So you can enter invoice for whatever product it is, and then you can enter the request type. So you can either keep it as only invoice, or you can put an invoice with payment link. So whatever the total amount has been chosen, it will create a pay button or a QR code which will lead directly to a checkout page where they can pay through this invoice itself. So that is e-invoicing. Then next would be a dashboard. Dashboard will be where you get a quick analysis view of all the transactions that have been done. So you can choose through whatever timeline you like, either today, weekly, monthly, or whatever custom date you would like. And it would show you a quick analysis view of all the transactions, the payments, the amounts, and the refunds. And here it show you a graph of whatever transactions have been done, which have been successful, which have been failed, and the count of transactions. And below would show you the pay modes, what have been the most pay modes, whether it been BNPL, wallets, credit card, debit card. Here it'll show you a count of the preferred modes. Then next would be a payment link via WhatsApp. This is another extension of the payment links mode where you can send payment links through WhatsApp. So you can send single or payment. When you go to single, you enter the customer's details, then customer name, mobile number, order ID, and the amount you'd like to select, and the expiry date. So once these are done, you will find the transaction here below, and you can find it whether it's active or it's expired or it's been paid. And then here you see bulk payment link as well, which will follow the same procedure. We provide you a sample file where you can enter all the customers' details and upload it back to us. And all of those customers will be sent WhatsApp links. Then next would be a checkout page. Checkout page is where you can enter the customers, what you can enter your company's details, the company name, what you like to present, your brand color, whatever color scheme you'd like to keep as a checkout. You can keep it as per your branding color, the logo, what you'd like to keep. This you can keep this and save it. And this would be on your checkout page. As you can customize it according to however you like. Then finally would be your static QR code. So this is a mode where we offer you the option of keeping QR codes, a fixed QR code at either your physical store, or you can send it as well. You can enter your details, your company name, store. The store details would be presented as such that if you have multiple stores, you can you can enter these details as per the stores. So your whatever store name, it would be store ID, store email ID. This would be important as this is where for each store the transaction would go. So if you have multiple stores and you like to keep everything separate, so for this store transactions here, for this store transactions there, you can put the email ID, and on that email ID for that specific store, you'll only get the transactions and the links. Here then you can enter the amount. So if you enter an amount here, such as 100 dirhams, you would make it would be fixed. So whenever a customer clicks on the QR code or clicks on the link or scans the QR code, they will see a fixed amount which they can only pay of 100 dirham. When you leave this blank, then whenever they scan or click the link, they can have an open amount where they can enter it themselves and make the payment of whatever how much they want. Then here would be a UDF where you can enter uh, a specific extra detail you'd like to collect when they submit. So you can enter reference number or customer number or receipt number, and the customer can enter it here when they make the payment, so that you can have a extra view of differentiation. Then once you click submit, you will see a view here of the QR code, and you can view the transactions of that specific QR code. How many transactions have been done, whether they've been successful, whether they failed. You can have a view of all of that. And when you go here and copy the link, it would be a quick link. So you can keep this with you on either WhatsApp or whatever mode, and you can send it to multiple people as long as it's active, and they can continuously make payments. The link will not expire unless you go here and inactivate it. So this is mainly our dashboard. Hope hope everything was clear, and let's get to transactions.